Hello, Leo. Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead. How are you, Leo? How are you, my fire family? Thanks so much for clicking here. Look, I usually come to you at the middle of the week with these fire readings, but these energies have got me on the ropes. Look, we're in the middle of the eclipse sandwich, right? We have an eclipse coming up in Aries and a fire sign on the 29th. It's going to be a partial solar eclipse, and it's a new beginning. It's also an ending. When eclipses show up, it's like we don't really have control of some of the things that are ending and beginning. So, expect the unexpected, but it's been a lot of energy. I have a lot of fire energy in my chart, actually. I'm an earth sign, but I have a lot of fire. How about you? So, thank you so much for showing here. I do appreciate you. Let's take a look at these oracles. We'll put them down for the overall weekly energy, and then we will get back to tarot, and we'll get some details on it to find out what's coming up in the week ahead for you, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's find out what's going on with Leo in the week ahead, please. The week ahead is tomorrow, in fact, if you're here real time. But whether you get this today, tomorrow, or next year, it could resonate. It's a general reading. Always going to be for the week ahead. Tell me about Leo. We do have clean it up. All right, so we have chaos and conflict. Well, I think that it's in itself tells a story. I feel like you are dealing with the fallout of some of the choices you made back there. And I want to say that it feels like you are about to level up, Leo. So I feel like it's now time to take care of the carnage. It's like somebody here is now in their authentic energy. Leo, I think it's you. We have somebody here who maybe was trying to fit in a box or being someone that they weren't, or doing things that possibly were out of character. And I don't mean in a terrible way, but we do show here the zebra that's busting out of the shell of, it's like this zebra was trying to be a giraffe. Maybe they admired giraffes, and so they were acting like giraffes, but ultimately they are a zebra. So I feel like maybe you were in a situation, in a group of people, in a place of employment where you didn't really fit in, and you knew you didn't fit in, but you were trying to keep yourself hidden, I would say, by wearing the same clothes, talking the same way, wearing the same hairstyle as everyone around you. We see it all the time, right? Society, these trends that come about, it really is just everybody copying the other person. And so I feel like you are in the future here, in the very near future, I feel like you are busting out of some sort of inauthentic energy that you've been in. And the fallout from that is what you are going to be cleaning up. This also hits me sort of in a spot of, chaos and conflict is also like the awakening, right? The spiritual awakening. Because look, it's not some way to float to the next vibration. It's awful. It's terrible. It's on the ground throwing up in a pot. Like it's chaos and conflict, essentially trying to now decide that you're going to get on the path you're supposed to be on and be who you always were, instead of pretending to fit in with the people around you or the environment that was created around you. We've got trust. It says, you have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. I think it kind of backs up the chaos and conflict that we were talking about here. You are now trusting yourself, and you are now starting to build a foundation of who you really are. You're really trusting in your intuition. You're having faith that I'm enough being me. And so I feel like it is this energy of you deciding that I'm going to do the transformation, and whoever falls away, falls away. I'll just clean it up and I'll keep going. We've got transformation. It says you use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. There it is. The awareness that I feel like you will be going through some type of, or maybe you already are, going through some type of an awakening here, a spiritual awakening of sorts. And, it doesn't have to sound as woo-woo as it is, right? Maybe it's like all of a sudden one day you wake up and you're like, I can't be this person anymore. I've got to do better for me. I've got to do better for my kids. I've got to do better for my job. I feel like somebody here is deciding I just got to be who I am instead of being who everybody wants me to be. I've got the fairy deck here. I haven't used it in a long time. Thought I would drag it out. We've got pure intention. And it says, the fairy of manifestation will help you to use your wishes wisely. Manifest your heart's desire with pure intention and for the highest good of all. And so I feel like this is what's going on here, that you are now in this transformation where you're no longer fitting into the candy coating that everyone else was fitting into. And I feel like your intentions are pure. I feel like you are now stepping forward as the purest form of you. You're literally coming out of this place where you were pretending to be someone else or something else, and you're now turning out as who you are. It says here, come together. It says, fairies like to be busy, and a group of them is showing you that many hands make light work. Work as a team helps get the job done. I feel like you're going to create a situation where you're calling in a new tribe. And when we become authentic, the inauthentic people in our lives that we were trying to copy or we were trying to emulate them so they would accept us, so we would fit in. I feel like you're going to be coming together with a new tribe after you decide that you're going to be exactly who you were meant to be. I feel like there is that once you do decide you're going to be authentic, yes, people are going to drop away. That's the way it goes. But I feel like you're going to be calling in a new tribe because of your transformation. Tell me more about Leo, please. We've got acceptance, and it's what it is, right? It's the radical acceptance of the present moment. Once we can accept the present moment, and the present moment is who we are, what we look like, the size of our body, the size of our bank account, and then the car that we drive and the place where we live. As soon as we can accept that where we are is where we are for a reason, and however we got there, once we accept it, then we can move forward. Accept the past and current situations, work through issues gracefully. I really feel like you have pure intentions. And so people who have pure intentions, life works out for them. So just don't give up. Keep moving. I know that you never give up. You're a Leo. Like if there was anyone that gave up less in the zodiac, I'd be surprised. Maybe Aries. But yeah, you just never give up. We've got passions here. It says, don't be afraid to fail. Yeah, for sure. Follow what makes your heart happy. Don't be afraid that when you come out of this place where you were being something or someone that you totally were not, don't be surprised when you fall on your nose and you feel like a failure. You are going to hit the rock bottom before you look up. But listen, when you hit the rock bottom, just roll over. All there is to see is the stars, right, that are above you here. Let's look at the tarot and find out what else is going on for Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Leo, if you're interested in knowing my pricing for a private reading, please look at the pinned comment below this video. And it's upside down. Yeah, okay. Yeah, please look at the pinned comment and you will see all the pricing there if you're interested in a private read. Private reads are open. Tell me about Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about the week ahead for Leo. We've got the Devil. We've got the Nine of Wands. And we've got the Magician. I think you found the right ingredients or the right recipe is what I think. I feel as though, like, just look at this energy here, right? Got this person looking over at the Devil like, you know what? I'm still standing. Joke's on you. That's what it feels like here. Joke's on you. You tried to keep me bound. You tried to keep me in doubt about myself. You tried to whisper in my ear and said, don't be yourself. They're not going to like who you are. I feel like this Magician energy tells me that you're finally taking one last look back here and saying, that's it. It's now my game. Now I'm going to pull rabbits out of the hat. Now I've got this card up my sleeve. It feels like you are getting stability, or you're realizing that you have way more resources, and stability than you ever had. It feels like you are calling in things from the ether, so from the 5D into the 3D here. Oh, look at that. Very interesting. I don't know if you'd ever noticed this, but the lovers in this deck, the lovers and the Devil, they're very close, right? For me, it portrays like a very, there is a very fine line between love and hate when they come up together like that. And so that's what it feels like here, a very fine line between love and hate. It feels like we are turning away from this Devil energy, and I feel like it's the Lover's energy, or a choice for some of you, your choice to no longer be the wounded warrior. Because I feel like somebody here was not only in the wounded warrior era, like maybe things are really going wrong for you for a while, but I feel like you are also somebody who is decided, you know what, I'm just going to drop the wands here. I'm not going to carry them into the next cycle with me. And I feel like that's a choice that you're making here, that you're breaking some chains. There's a new beginning that's starting here, the Ace of Wands, some sort of new exciting, creative beginning is showing up here. All right. Just going to pull these down a little bit here, make some room. There is some sort of wish fulfillment that's about to show up here, and it's very exciting, really exciting for you, Leo, and I think it's because you've done the work, is what it feels like. The chaos and conflict of trying to become authentic is real. It's a hard process, and it's one where we have to really make the decision or the choice to do it. It doesn't just offer itself up to us. We really have to get on the uphill climb, right? We really have to decide that we're going to make it to the top of the mountain and we're not going to stop until we get there. And so I feel like this Nine of Wands is telling me that you no longer identify as someone who's wounded, that you have decided to take this Ace of Wands, right? The Ace of Wands is in the hand of the wounded warrior, and you've decided to move forward with it. I'm choosing, right? The lovers here. My choice is I'm going on this new creative, exciting path, and I'm going to manifest the whole thing. And I want to say that it's almost like maybe it was too dark, right? Sometimes we get to this place between the line between light and the dark, because we've never been on this road before. And I feel like it's time for you to just step over the line. And as you step over the line, I feel like the lights come on. With each step that you take is what it feels like. The lights come on here. Tell me about this Magician and the Ace of Wands, because I feel like you really are manifesting a new path here. And the Nine and the Ace of Wands is you putting your burdens down. I'm out of the cycle now. I'm throwing down the burdens, and I've decided, it's a decision or a choice to move forward to my manifestations. I think you've accepted the transformation, but look, you can't accept the transformation ever until you have the radical acceptance of the present moment, until you're at this place where, yeah, okay, well, maybe I was trying to be like them instead of being like myself. And so now that I've noticed that, now I could transform and move forward. Tell me about this Nine of Wands here. We have the Page of Swords. I love it because the Page of Swords to me is the one who's interested in making logical sense, very curious about digging up information. I need more information. I need to make logical sense about the situation. Why was I stuck in this devil energy, this obsessive thing that I was doing to hurt myself? Maybe it was an addiction. Maybe I was spending too much money, but it was an obsessive thing that you were doing, I feel, in the past energy that was hurting you physically, financially, spiritually, possibly. I feel like the Page of Swords is telling me now you've become curious and malleable of the mind. Like your mind is now flexible. The Page is someone who's ready to learn. It's a child, right? Who's ready, give me all your information. I'm going to take it all in and I'm going to learn about whatever it is that you're trying to teach me. I love that. Those two cards in tarot for me as a reader, and you'll find readers who have certain combinations that mean certain things. And for me, when those two cards come up together, your cycle is done. You've learned the lesson. You go from the Page, which is I'm curious, I want to know more, to the Hierophant energy, which is I now have structure. Now I get it. I get it. I've got to be more stable. I've got to be more grounded. I've got to stay on my path. I feel like somebody here is becoming a spiritual leader, or you will be teaching other people around you how you were able to become authentic. And although it's a really crappy process, you cleaned it up the best you could, and you accepted the present moment so you could move forward here. We do have the Moon in the reverse. Something is being revealed. And I feel like you're revealing the new you is what it feels like. The Moon in the reverse tells me that something's about to come to light, or something that was under the surface is now on top. Now everybody can see it. So I feel like you are sort of revealing yourself to people, right? We can see the zebra is busting out of this this giraffe outfit, right? It feels like you're now, the authentic you is coming to the surface. And who you are authentically is a spiritual teacher. You are quite psychic, Leo. And you are somebody who does move slow and who is on a certain path. And somebody who is willing to share how I got to that place, how I got to this place of higher learning or structure through this chaos. But sometimes the chaos and the conflict is what we need in order to make us realize that it's not the place we want it to be. There's a new exciting path here, and it begins with the Magician, which I think is really awesome energy. It's like this is a new path that you have manifested here, Leo. We've got the Judgment here. We've got the Ace of Cups, and we've got the King of Pentacles. So you've manifested stability, more money, a better job, material wealth, and moving a little bit slower. Look, Leo, you're always going to move quick. You're Leo. You're always going to move through fire. But I feel like you are now rolling it in just a little bit. That you are getting more financially stable, or maybe getting more stability in your material wealth or material world. I feel like you have decided that there are things that you just need to leave dead in the past. The Judgment card is about making a decision that takes you on a different trajectory in your life. And I feel like the different trajectory here is love. I feel like it's love for self. It could, for some of you, be a new love who is a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn. It could be that. We also have Gemini here, along with Capricorn energy here in Taurus. But I feel like we got Virgo and Pisces. But I feel like really this is telling me that you're changing course. And the way you're changing courses, I'm going to begin to love myself as a zebra. I don't have to try and fit in with the giraffes. I'm going to love myself as a zebra, and then I'm going to call in my tribe, come together. Oh, this is beautiful, the inner child. It says the fairies of playfulness remind you to make time to embrace your inner child. Playing keeps us young at heart. Do something silly and fun, but stay safe. You are silly and fun. If you're nothing else, you are silly and fun. So I feel like you're going to find a group of people who are also like you, who are silly and fun. Tell me about this Lover's card here. I feel like you are busting out of this place of toxic relationships. Calling people your soulmate when they weren't really your soulmate, but you really just wanted to tell everybody you had a soulmate. It feels like you're busting out of toxic cycles, toxic relationship cycles, is what it feels like here. Tell me about this. We've got the Two of Pentacles. You're planning your way out, is what you're doing here. Preparation. Preparation to take action, to leave this crossroads. I feel like you're leaving somebody in the past that maybe you were stuck to for a long time. You're using this Ace of Swords to cut yourself free here. You've had some sort of clarity or a realization that that's not the place you wanted to be. It's actually a place of heartbreak. But the good thing about adding the 3 to the 1 is that it is 4, and it tells me you get stability of the mind. You realize what you were doing back there, and realize that in that action of being in this toxic relationship that you were trying to fit into a box so someone would like you. And now you're not doing that anymore. We've got the 8 of Swords. Why is the 8 of Swords here? We've got the Hermit. We've got the 6 of Wands, and we have Temperance. I love it. So you're going to have some sort of victory in your healing here. The Temperance card is about you being the alchemist, or the moment of alchemy. We also have the Magician here. So it feels like you are going to have this new group of people around you. You're going to get a lot of attention because you are this shaman-like energy, Leo. I feel like you are somebody who people sense your presence in a room, and I feel like you're somebody who's really gone over the self-audit. You've gone over the details. Maybe you're a Virgo Leo cusp, possibly, but we do have this Virgo energy here. It tells me that you have learned a lesson from the past, because the Hermit is facing the past. I feel like you found your light and you've learned your lessons from the past. Now it's time to move forward into victory and success, and you will get that because it is time for you to have that. This is a moment of alchemy where you were going, maybe you were doing the cha-cha between vibrations, but I don't want to let go of the old vibration. But you know, if I try and be who I really am and come out to people about who I really am, what if they don't like me? And now I think you're saying, what if I don't like them? I think that it's kind of flipped itself here, is what it feels like. You're no longer worrying if they like you. You're like, but what if I don't like them? I feel like you're coming together with some sort of new group that you have, because of your transformation. You're calling in authentic people now. You're calling in authenticity. We've got bottom of the deck, we have the Hanged Man, and we have the Queen of Wands. So I feel like right now you might be in a bit of a pause, but the Queen of Wands is here. And the Queen of Wands, the reason the Queen of Wands sits on the throne, feminine or masculine, is because they are doing it in spite of everything, in spite of everyone. People who told you, look, you can't make it as a zebra. You just better try. Your best bet is just for you to try and fit in with the giraffes, even if you're short, right? Just try and fit in there. And I feel like you go through this perspective change, transformation in your perspective. And the Queen of Wands is born. The Queen of Wands is like, no, I don't really care if you see that you think that I've fallen down and scraped my knees. I'm just going to keep going. It's your energy, right? It's Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy. I'm just going to keep going. I don't really care if you like me or not. I think that's a great reading. And so somebody here is becoming authentic, and I think it's beautiful. And yeah, they don't like you. Just decide who you like and go with that. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for being here, Leo. I appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. I hope you'll be back too. You guys have a great week. Bye-bye.